Welcome back to the final segment of the Sports Circus. You can listen to the Sports Circus Monday through Friday in Las Vegas on 670 The Score from 5 to 6 p.m., and that is over the SB Nation local affiliate. You can also listen to us in Los Angeles, the greater Los Angeles area, on KCAA 106.5 FM, 102.3 FM. Here she comes with a hat. And 1050 AM, that would be the NBC Sports affiliate. Over in Hawaii, you can listen to us on KPHI. That would be 96.7 FM and 1130 AM, and also channel 882 on Oceanic Time Warner Cable. If you're in the greater Memphis area, which covers parts of Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Missouri, you can listen to us on WHBQ, and that would be Sports Talk 56, Sports 56, and also that's 50 AM 560 and 87.7 FM. Also in the upstate New York market, if you're in the Buffalo, Toronto area, you can tune into WLVL Monday through Friday from 9 to 10 p.m. local time, and that would be 105.3 FM and 1340 AM as well. So we have more stations. It's hard to remember all these things. This is crazy, folks. And our birthday girl just put on a funny hat, so we'll get to that in just a second. By the way, if you want to follow us on Twitter, I love the hat. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can follow us at The Sports Circus. And also, you can follow me, Sal Circus. Gotta love it. And we also have a Facebook page, and that, of course, would be The Sports Circus. So, and if you want to follow Alicia Thompson and her silly hat, this is the birthday girl. This is our WNBA champion birthday girl with the M&M hat. I'm sure you can find her on Facebook and pick your favorite social media. Alicia, what's your Twitter handle? Do you have one?
I do. It is Rochelle T. WNBA.
Rochelle T. Spell that for everybody.
Rochelle, RACHELLE, the letter T, 43 WNBA.
Got it. And the 43 was for Raul Mondesi, right?
Yes, my favorite baseball player when he was playing for the Dodgers.
Right.
Just had a cannon for an arm. He used to have this. He'd always have this big old whatever, tobacco, whatever he'd have in his cheek. I just thought that was the coolest thing. But yeah, loved Raul Mondesi.
Yeah, he was a great player. He had an absolute cannon for an arm. This guy could throw it out of the stadium. He just had one of those arms. You knew if it was hit to him, you are not advancing to the next base. That's it.
He'd gun you down.
Right. Just stay put.
All the way to home plate. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I think he even led the league in assist as well from the number 9 spot out in right field. Because if you go through the 1 through 9, he was a right fielder from what I remember. And his number, the position is actually number 9. And of course, number 1, I was a pitcher in my former days, and I was sort of a liability in the outfield. Sometimes they put me in the outfield when I wasn't pitching. I was that guy. Here was the problem when I played. So I have a depth perception in baseball of 60 foot 6 inches from the pitcher's mound to home plate. That was my world. But now sometimes, because I was really fast, very good on the bases, and I could run anything down in the outfield. The problem was my depth perception was 60 foot, not 320 feet. So I see the ball come off the bat. I know where it's going to be. Or do I? I'm running in, and the ball's sailing over my head. For the life of me, I was just atrocious in the outfield. Even an easy catch, I would make it look like a spectacular play because I just couldn't find it. Wow. Especially on a day when it's overcast. The sky is that cream white color, and the ball is, and all you see is a spinning ball coming at you, and you're like, I don't know where it's going to go. I felt like a cat. When you dangle a toy over the cat, their head does like this? That was me. I was like,
hey, you know what?
Oh, it was awful.
How many of those fastballs I've always wanted as a pitcher, and I used to pitch. I was the only girl that played
of course you did.
The boys league.
Of course you did.
Oh yeah, and I was good too. I would strike these guys out because they didn't think I could throw as a girl. I had a mean curveball.
Yeah.
But I was a pitching fan. I loved Del Murphy, Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, all those guys. Chipper Jones. I was a Braves fan. But when they hit that ball and it just comes flying right at you and you just have to duck as a pitcher, how many of those were you ever hit with the ball, or did you catch most of them?
I was very fortunate. I never had a comebacker that hit me. And part of it was the way that I threw the ball. Now, when I was a kid, my uncle played for the Brooklyn Dodgers. He was in their organization. Another cousin that played in the Boston Braves organization, which, the Atlanta Braves, right? And so actually I had a real dilemma last time I went to Turner Field in Atlanta because it was the Braves playing the Dodgers. I didn't know who to root for, right? So I just went there and I just ate hot dogs and popcorn. But the one thing that the scariest thing that happens on the baseball field, if you're an infielder or the pitcher, is sometimes, and I heard about this, my uncle told me one time, he goes, at some point you're going to hit the ball so square, you're going to knock the spin right off the ball. I'm like, shut the hell up. And I remember this conversation, and it was before a game. It was back in, we won't say the year. I remember it clear as a bell. And so my buddy was on first base, and I was at the plate. I wasn't a great hitter, but I hit the ball square quite a bit. So I hit one home run in my life, another story. So, and I saw off-speed pitches really well. I was very good at hitting junk. That's hard to do. It's hard to hit the curveball and the knuckleball and all this other crap. So I hit the ball, and in fact, I hit it so square, I knocked the spin off the ball. And here's the dilemma. When you've got a ball coming at you as a hitter, as a knuckleball, the ball's doing this because the wind is playing with the seams, right? Because it's basically coming at you straight. And it's wherever the wind pushes it, nobody knows where it's going to go. The hardest thing to do is to field a ball that was hit square with no spin on it, because you could easily get hit in the head or anywhere else with it. So the reason I tell you about that instance is I hit the ball the day after my uncle told me about it, and my buddy was on first base leading off, and watching him dodge out of the way, he was doing a dance leading off because he didn't know where to go. He's like, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen on the bases. And I asked him, what were you doing? He goes, there was no spin on the ball. I didn't know where to go. Even the first baseman was taking cover because you don't know what to do. That's one of those ones where you're just like this. Please don't hit me. Like when you lose it in the sun, when it's a knuckleball at you, it's the same thing. So I've never had
it has a bad hop.
Well, with the bad hops, they'll eat you up and they'll ricochet off your head. But imagine a line drive coming at you and you have very little time to react. And that's how a lot of pitchers get hit and hurt. I mean, thank God, knock on wood, that'll never happen to me again. I'm not playing. But even when you're at a ball game in the seats, that's how people get hit because you can't field them. And remember, the people in the seats, they don't have gloves for the most part, right? It's like having a bat tumble at you and you just have to take cover with the bat. And let's face it, the last thing you want to do is get hit by a bat. Or even at a hockey game, if the puck is flat coming at you, you duck. If the puck is tumbling, you can actually catch it. That means it wasn't really hit that solid. So a little word of the wise, when you come out here to a Golden Knights hockey game, which I'm a season ticket holder, if a puck happens to come at you and we're in the seats in the lower bowl, where that is a very, very likely reality, the puck will be tumbling over the glass. Watch yourself.
So it wouldn't be smart for me to just sit there and say, what the puck?
What the puck, she says. Right. Yeah, not a good idea.
Probably duck.
Right. What the puck? I better duck. Exactly.
Right.
Now, it's scary. I caught one hockey puck. Thank God it wasn't hit hard. But I have seen people get hurt, split their eyes open in hockey, just being fans in hockey at games. And I've seen people split open and hit in the side of the head in baseball games, just in the seats. And I've seen it from the dugout as well as, from being a player, as well as being a patron for the game. So people don't pay attention, and now they're forced to put netting around all of these stadiums, and they're pussifying the game. You go to the game, you pay attention. Weird things happen, right? Sometimes things happen, right? So in the last 30 seconds, Alicia, I want you to give a shout out to all of your social media, your businesses, whatever you're doing. Hurry up. Go ahead.
Okay, so Alicia Thompson here. Please check me out. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Go to our website, which is Flow Performance, www.flowperformancetraining.com. We talk to schools. We work with kids. We work with basketball, student athletes, teachers, colleges, you name it, we do it. We have speaking, yoga, meditation. Our program is just amazing. We're working with kids every single day. Parents are happy, students are happy. Please come see us.
Okay. All right. Thanks for joining us today here at the Sports Circus, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.